This should start working right now. Should start streaming.
But just remember, if you're gonna start it or whenever you start it,
Yeah, I'll let you know.
put that.
Yeah, we got that. Yeah, we here. We here.
Whoa, it's delayed. What's happening?
Yeah. Well, that's just for the YouTube. This is the live shit right here. We're good right here.
Okay.
This is so we can see the comments. People are gonna start coming in right now. But I'm glad we got the fucking visuals on the first attempt. It's a good start. What's up, Purple Man? So we're just gonna chill out. At 4:20, we're gonna start the podcast. We're just gonna do a little pre-show.
Pre-sesh.
Just let me know if the audio's good. How's the audio? Is the audio good? Is the video good? Let me know. Let me know, Lightfall. How you feeling, Lightfall? Laganja in the building is gonna be the special guest.
What?
This is just the pre-show sesh, a little live. This is like the pre-tuck. This is pre-tuck.
This would be the shaving then. To prepare.
Sure. I got Laganja in the building. You might have seen her.
Whatever it is.
On primetime TV or cable TV, RuPaul's Race. We'll talk about all that when we start the podcast. I just want to get high with y'all. Let y'all know we out here. What? You're out, TZO? No, you're good, dog. I haven't started the show yet. What's the headphones are on? It's official.
It's official.
What's the headphones are on? It's official. Just so you guys know, we'll start the podcast. I'm starting like some new shit. This is like a simulcast YouTube live podcast stream that I'm doing right here.
I like it.
So,
Very 2019.
Well, I mean, I know a lot of people be doing it, so I'm just trying to, keep up. I got my little personal camera too, so I can start getting my POV, learn how to edit a little bit, try to get my clout game up. People out here not understanding what's going on, but we out here. I thought we agreed today in the life. Bro, strange. Look, I got my camera, dog. I got this fucking Osmo Action 4K little pocket rig so I can start doing that. So I got you, dog. Just chill. We good. I want all you guys right now to let all your friends know we live. We about to start the podcast. This is the first one. At 4:20, I'm going to go live. That's in like 3 minutes, so get all your shit ready if it's a bong or a rig. It's 7:10, so make sure you got your rigs and your dabs. I got a box of dabs.
Literally.
Pipes, bubblers, joints, cans, apples,
Blunts.
hemp wraps, tobacco wraps, vaporizers, gravity bongs.
What? There's a gravity bong.
Steamrollers. Try to think of every way you could smoke weed. Vapes, carts. You can do that. Make sure your batteries are charged. I think I said apple. I mean, we can do apple. We can do bell pepper. We can do coconut, pineapple. We can do candy. Hey, just so you know, look. I'm going to be talking about a couple things related to this YouTube channel on this live also, because we've done videos together in the past.
We have.
I will bring up a reference. And just like you heard in the background, I've done segments where we just got high with a bunch of random objects. So you can see that too. Now my boy has a special guest on that. Award-winning roller, Mr. Roll BMC of Loaded.
What?
Multiple back-to-back. How many awards has he won now for best pre-roll? Some collabs with that Golden State Synergy. You already know that family stay winning. All right. Just so you guys know, you can ask questions during the live. I got some questions that people ask me on Instagram as well.
Oh, okay.
So I'll ask you those because I post
Phone
that
a friend. I see how
on
this
my
is going.
Instagram. Yeah, people want to know what's going on. So that's what we do. We help people out. We bring people together, make things happen. I saw one of my friends who has a company just signed the deal, is doing some $300 million deals. Sign the check. Shout out to everyone making big moves.
Dang.
Right?
That's a lot.
Right?
Me next.
I mean, we'll take fat dabs. Look, I got my rig ready. I pulled this one out the closet. You see it? Let's see how it looks when I pull it out.
Ooh. Spicy.
Little curse glass action for y'all. So we'll start in 2 minutes. 2 minutes we'll do a little podcast. I just want to fuck with y'all. I'm going to try this new format, see how y'all like it. I see a couple of y'all chilling in here. I like it. I see y'all. I like it. How long have we known each other? And the first time we smoked weed together. Here, I'll tell you right now, Spider-Man,
Remind me too.
A little exclusive information right here, a little history. The first time.
History.
Do you want to know, like, the real story? So I was trying to get Raja
Yeah.
on my show when I was doing it on Be Real TV. Little exclusive news right here. And then she was just traveling all over the place, doing big things, like said whatever. But then we found a more reliable queen named Laganja Estranja. Not to throw shade on Raja. It was just, she was doing her thing.
Yeah.
And you're local. You were in LA. You
Yeah.
were referenced. Shout out. You know what? I'll give the shout out to Chelsea at Puffco. She said you should get
That's right.
Laganja on. So my lady reached out to you and said, we want you on the show. And you said okay, and
I actually said oh, but yeah.
You said okay,
Uh-huh.
and then from there, I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna have this drag queen come on my show. I know my dudes are mostly straight and not used to this, so let me get something else to counteract it. So I had a pole
A
dancer
little distraction.
in
yeah,
the
yeah.
back the whole episode while he's talking about tucking his cock and all this shit he's been doing, transforming into a female.
Yeah.
We had
Female impersonator.
we had an award-winning pole dancer that was just
That's right, Candace Kane, amazing. She's been featured in some of the most amazing rappers' music videos. She is so sweet too.
Miss Candace Kane, sweet Miss
Yes.
Candace was doing shit, and it was a good distraction. It was a great show, and from that, I was gonna talk about this on the podcast when we start recording. It's 4:20, by the way. We're gonna start doing that
What?
after the story. Then from there, we just really clicked,
Yeah.
and we exchanged a lot of stories, and we were neighbors, and we hung out, and
Continued
just
smoking always.
kept that friendship going, and now we've done a lot of things together, and it's been great. Built a great friendship.
Absolutely.
What? Now we get into the real shit.
Uh-oh, we gotta put our headphones on.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Andrew! It's time to record!
All right.
You get those vocals yet?
Yeah.
Alright. Thank you for that question, Spider-Man. I appreciate it. But
All right.
oh shit, what happened to the video? Okay, we good? Alright, we good. Let me adjust myself.
Okay.
Let me adjust myself, make sure I got no lag. Are we good? Is there lag? How we feeling?
Feeling sexy.
Are we good? Smoke,
Mm.
smoke. You got weed? You got something to smoke? Where are my headphones
Hey.
at?
Hey.
You hear yourself? How does it
Hey.
sound? Are those
I sound like I've been smoking weed all day.
you know what?
You don't got earphones?
No, I think those might be mine.
Okay.
Yeah, those might be mine.
There you go.
What? Yeah. You guys can't hear the audio going on in my ears, but just know when I go silent, it's just because there's an intro that we're gonna be doing. All right, it's exclusive. The first time we'll cast YouTube podcast live stream. All right, are we ready? Am I ready? Am I ready? I'm ready. All right, whenever you're ready, Andrew, let's make it happen. A little bit of lag. It's lagging now? I thought there was no lags before. Oh, hold on, Andrew. We're going to have to restart. I just want to make sure we're good in the YouTube. Is it still lagging or are we good? How we feeling? Is the audio still laggy too?
I told you that's with that software, the OBS. I told you I have broadcasting software.
Well, that is broadcast. It wasn't lagging the first two lives I did, Andrew.
I'm just telling you, it happens.
All right, it's fine. All right, let's officially start.
Officially.
At least you'll have the radio stuff to be legit. All right. You know.
Audio's okay. It's getting worse.
Wait,
What
what
you
the-
mean?
You ready? You ready?
I'm ready. Wait, hold on one second. I just want to address the YouTube before I go live because it's going to be straight audio. I did this a couple times before to try it out. Everyone said the video was good. It wasn't laggy, so now I'm trying to do this. If it's laggy, I apologize. You can get the real audio on iTunes and Spotify and
Purple Haze Radio.
Purple Haze Radio, but we're going to make this happen, okay? Oh, ooh, that was a good one.
It was a good one.
All right,
All right.
let's go. Yeah! Y'all know who it is, the highest host, Adam Ill, right here, Purple Haze Radio. It is the podcast. Appreciate all y'all tuning in. Y'all could be doing anything in the world right now. And y'all listening to me and joining me. If you're on YouTube, I appreciate you. If you're on iTunes or Spotify, appreciate y'all too. It's 7:10 today, so it's gonna be a special Get High episode. I got a super special guest in the building too. She's been on primetime TV. She's been on cable TV. She's traveled the world doing what she does, transforming into a beautiful queen. I'm talking about my friend Jay Jackson, Laganja, Estranja in the building.
God, honey.
But before we get into you, Laganja, Estranja, pause, not really into you, but to, figure out you. I just want to talk about a couple things real quick before we make it happen, because a lot of people, I feel like, have lost like respect towards one another, and there's a lot of negativity going on in the world right now, and I think a lot of it is due to social media, because a lot of people be just able to say things they're not usually supposed to say without a face, so they can't really get the consequences of what would happen if you really say that. And there's a whole generation of people getting raised that don't have consequences to what they're doing, so the lack of respect is disappearing. And I know a lot of people feel like the weed community is like this big happy family and everyone's out here supporting each other and it's all free love and we're all hippies, but the community has transformed into an industry of a bunch of money and ego and opportunities to just cut bridges and forget about who really paved the lane and was really doing this before everyone was able to make their corporate bucks, and they're not really paying respect. And the industry is really turning more into a circus, because there's a lot of clowns now that are out here that don't really understand the culture, and everyone thinks it's friendly and nice. And I heard you told me a little story where you went to a cannabis event in full drag, thinking like, oh, it's a weed event, people are gonna be cool, open-minded, it's gonna be fine, I'm gonna go fabulous, even though I have to go to the desert in 120 degrees and all that shit, and I'm gonna make it happen. But you go there and the vibe was not what you were thinking.
Yeah, no, the vibe was definitely whack. I mean, I did my normal act. So my act is very provocative. I am known to be like a video hoe, a video vixen. So the look is very sexualized. And I'm hot. I look hot. I look good in drag. So I think it just made men, more specifically maybe the bros that were attending the Cannabis Cup, feel uncomfortable, because when you're confronted with that, when you're confronted with art that is successful in its transformation, it can be, I don't know, awkward, instead of it just being like, wow, that dude looks amazing and he has actually transformed himself to look like a girl that I would want to, bang.
What?
It's become like, whoa, that's fucking gay and I can't get near that. So now I knew there'd be a little bit of that, of course.
Yeah.
I'm from Texas, so I grew up with this kind of mentality. I mean, my dad used to like nudge me in the Walmarts to like quit acting gay in the aisles because he didn't want me to get made fun of. So,
in Texas. You're from Texas.
Right. So I'm used to this idea, but again, like you said, in the weed community, I just thought surely it would be more accepting, and like I said, people would just be high, so they would look at my act and go like most people and be like, wow, that's crazy, like I can't believe the moves that that artist is doing, or I wonder if that is a man, or like just look at my art for what it is. Instead, like I said, I think there's this mentality, whereas if you enjoy what I do, then you must be gay, and it's like, no, that's not true at all. I'm an artist. You're allowed to like different types of art. You don't have to be gay to find what I do cool.
And let me say, what you do is fucking intense, because you came into, I would say, like my space, the cannabis space. I feel like I'm pretty involved in the community and the culture. Been doing it for a fucking long time. I actually know what 710 means and was there for the beginning. Shout out to Task Rock. I know he was in that chat room with Chris from G-Pen and all them, and they made that term 710 oil because we needed a holiday. But we'll talk about respect and shit in a minute. But you came and got really out of your comfort zone, and then I said, you know what? I'm gonna fucking get out of my comfort zone, and I'm gonna see what it's like. And I, last year, you could see this on the YouTube video for a day in the life. Last year, I decided to transform myself into a beautiful bearded lady because I didn't want to get rid of the beard. I said no tucking and no shaving.
That's right, but everything else was.
But I said I will get out of my comfort zone. It's Pride Month. Let me see what it is. And girl, let me tell you, I had so much more appreciation for my lady and all females out there for what they do to enhance their beauty. because that's what I
Well
feel
said.
makeup is. It's more of an enhancement. Like everyone is beautiful just the way they are, but then when you add makeup, it just enhances it, and you get to highlight different features.
Right.
And
And accentuate different parts of your body and make you, appear in a certain more, dynamic way.
if I didn't have a beard and I saw myself in the street, I would be like, yeah, she would get it.
Yeah, I think you did say that day, and since then too, that we were gonna do a full transformation eventually.
What?
Yeah.
Well,
I
my
think
hair
we
was
have
looking
to.
good. The hair was looking good.
I know, yeah. We could blend a wig into your natural hair.
Whoa,
too.
whoa.
Oh,
I'm not.
yeah.
I'm still not tucking. I'm still not. So, just a little. So, just so you guys know, Laganja Estranja is Jay Jackson is a. Is it like? Are you a professional? Are you a professional drag
I
queen?
am.
Is
I'm
that
a professional female impersonator.
okay? And you have albums out, and you.
I don't have an album, but I have lots of singles available on iTunes,
Ooh,
Spotify,
that
all
Russ route.
Google, all that good stuff.
And you got song, and you. I think everyone might recognize you first from RuPaul's Drag Race season 6.
Season 6.
And you were, you were super extra.
I would say I was an infamous character.
I would say you were sickening on the show because they
Yeah.
still quote you today on that
They
show.
still do quote me. That's true. I left a lasting impression, thank God.
You left such a big expression that some of your expressions actually are said now and have transitioned into mainstream pop culture.
That's right.
And
Cardi
you-
B just recently got denied. Her
Denied.
trademark.
You actually.
Denied.
You actually had the were behind one of the reasons why Cardi B got denied. So
I was.
technically, Cardi B filed to trademark Okur.
That's right.
I've been working on it.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Anyways, so she was trying to trademark it and took it to the federal government, and the federal government said, "Sorry, Cardi."
It's a popular catchphrase. It's been said by celebrities such as the Kardashians and Laganja Estranja. They listed me. It was nuts.
How when you saw that and got that? How did that? Was that like crazy for you?
I mean, it felt amazing to get that recognition. Of course, I felt bad for Chantel Brown, who's actually one of the original creators of it. She did it long before I did. So I felt bad for her because I felt like she should have got named too. But she also took it from someone else as well. So I mean, that at the end of the day, that's I think what the government decided is that this word has been passed down for a long time. Nobody owns it. It's public.
It's
domain.
been said.
Right.
Sorry,
Sorry,
you
Cardi.
Cardi.
I know.
What?
But I really did kind of want it to get passed because she tweeted me, and we had a conversation, and she said she was gonna put me in the merch line, and I was gonna teach her how to do my famous dip that I did on RuPaul's Drag Race. So,
What's the dip? Is that the death drop?
That's the death drop, right? But the dip is the appropriate term.
What? How did it? What happened? How did it change from the dip? Because I know it as just a regular person as the death drop.
Sure. Well, so there was a lot of drama actually online. I got myself into some trouble.
Uh-oh.
The Vogue community actually kind of came for me a little bit. Well, not a little bit. They came for me quite severely, quite fiercely. Just because the appropriate term is dip. Death drop is a term that has come, I guess throughout time. It's been something that, has gotten watered down, and so that is a term that has come out. So is shablam, that's another term people use for it.
Shablam!
But the appropriate and original term is dip. And so, when I found that out, obviously as a dancer, I have a huge respect for that community. And so I try to tell people that knowledge.
It's the dip.
It's the dip.
Not the death drop, not the shablam.
The dip, formerly known as the death drop, but was originally the dip.
And now, what that is for people that aren't familiar, I haven't really figured out how to play clips and shit on this YouTube thing. But for the audio, we're gonna explain what it is.
It's a crazy dance move that you bend your head backwards at the same time you drop your opposite foot forward. So you kind of splay your body out in a split, except one leg is bent backwards.
It sounds like you break bones.
You do.
You bend your leg and just drop your head back and fall to the floor.
Probably how it got its nickname, the death drop, is because it is death-defying.
And what I've seen people take it to the extreme. It's like wrestling. They just do it from different elevations, and they go higher and higher and just try to outdo each other doing that.
The gays go at it, for sure. That's our flexing. Some guys like play football and rough around, and the gays know we jump off buildings into splits.
Not only do you guys are extra, your vocabulary and straying in the LGBTQIAFMLAOQ
A B C
RS.
D E F G. Yeah.
They added new letters, right? I just want to make
They
sure.
really did. It's at this point, I think the appropriate term is LGBTQAI+.
Plus.
I think there might be some I'm missing, but yeah, it's gotten a little ridiculous to me if you ask me. I think that everyone should be included, but it's also like back when you remember when the rainbow got brown added to it too, because they felt that it wasn't representing people of color. It's like, well, it's a rainbow. No one really has blue
Right.
skin.
It's Roy G. Biv. Red,
it's
orange,
a
yellow. Yeah.
representation. So it's sort of a similar conversation here as well for me. I feel like, is it good to include everyone? Yeah, it is, but it's still a group, a minority of people. So that's why it's being debated right now about whether these letters should or shouldn't be added. I always say more the merrier, but for me, LGBT plus I thought was enough. But
They got to keep it going.
people want to just be very PC and get everyone included, which I said there's good behind that, but it does get to be very complicated, and then people don't really know what term to use, and it just makes it more complicated. So I think it's just a conversation we're gonna have to continue to have.
We're gonna keep adding to it.
Or we'll figure some way out to not do that.
So getting back to what we started, how do you feel now when you first came to a cannabis event in full drag and felt like not really welcome?
Right, it was uncomfortable for sure.
And then I was like, all right. Then I started taking you to a couple events with me.
You did. I think once you put your arm around me and were like, this guy's cool, it gave me some more clout. People liked me. People were like, oh well, if this guy's rooting for him, then he must be cool. Let's give him a chance. So I was very grateful for that. And I think that's what it's going to take. It's also going to take more people coming out of the closet. There are more people in this industry that are gay that do not come out of the closet because they're afraid of what it will happen to their business. And that's an issue. People need to not be scared, and they need to know that their businesses are going to do just fine because the gay community is alive and well and rich and will buy your products.
What?
So,
they got money. They don't got kids.
That's right. Hello.
What? And how do you feel now, like, a couple years later? Because I've known you for maybe, like, the first time we met was on another. So you've been on a couple of my sets, Jay. I appreciate you, Jay.
That's right.
You've been on, the other.
Ride or die.
What? You were on a couple sets. Now we right here on Purple Haze Radio in the studios, making it get higher. How is it now? Like 3-4 years later from when you first came?
I definitely think it's getting better. I definitely think this year was the first year we really saw. We really saw cannabis companies collabing with the LGBT community at Pride Month, which was exciting to see. But I still think there's a lot more room to be done, a lot more growth to be done in the industry, and not just for gay people, but for equality in general, for people of color, for people who are still incarcerated in jail for the war on drugs. There's so much more work to be done. So that's where I'm at. I feel hopeful. I think things are moving forward, but I just think that we have to keep going
and making it happen. So here you are smoking weed. Of course, your name is Laganja Estranja. You can learn all about this information and how she got the name and the history of drag and how all the families are on the video on my YouTube. I'm gonna try to get them views. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Keep going. Keep telling them.
Go to my YouTube, Getting High With. I have a bunch of shows and channels. You can check out all these old interviews and get these questions because we don't have to talk about it. But you're part of the Edwards.
That's right. House of Edwards.
House of Edwards. So all dancers. There's a lot of famous ones. That was Shangela was in that, right?
Was she like most recently in the Lady Gaga?
Yeah, big movies.
That's right.
What?
That's right, doing big things here.
And then you're here on primetime TV. This is your second time being on So You Think You Could Dance on Fox Television.
That's right. I just made it to the Academy Week, which is premiering on Monday, July 15th.
What?
Yeah, so excited for you guys to see the journey.
So first time you were on, they featured you a lot.
That's right.
You've been on it. They were like showcasing you a little bit.
That's right. I went in drag last year. Made it to top 33.
What?
They started the show's promo actually with a clip of me and my audition in drag, which was amazing, and really launched me out into a straighter audience because I am mostly in an LGBTQ audience. That was amazing for me. I really crossed over. I landed a brand deal with Sally Hansen, which is a beauty company. So it was an amazing experience, which is why I wanted to go back this year. But this year I went back as myself, as Jay. And competed in contemporary, which is my real dance form that I actually got my BFA, or sometimes, as I joke, my Bachelor of Faggotry Arts in.
What?
And it's amazing. Now, so far they haven't shown a lot of my journey this year. Last year they showed my full audition. This year it was in a montage. So I've been, of course, disappointed about that. But I have come to terms with everything, and I've really had to tell myself, as much as I wanted my story to be broadcasted and have the world see, Just because it's not doesn't mean it didn't happen. Doesn't mean it's not real. It doesn't mean that I didn't impress those people in the room. And I'm still really, really proud of what I did, and that's why I want people to tune in. I want you to see what happens, the journey, and hopefully this year I make it to the live round.
What? Tune in.
That's right. Gotta watch and find out.
Well, I'm rooting for you, Jay.
Thank you.
And it's always great to see you on TV because it's so entertaining. And a lot of people were asking, they wanted to know if there was ever a possibility of Laganja Estranja ever coming back to RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's right. People always ask if I'm gonna ever go back to an All Stars, and I've exclusively said no up until this year. This is the first year that I've opened up to that possibility. For several reasons. First and foremost, financially, to do the art that I want to do at the caliber that I want to do, I have to keep making more money. I want to put on big productions. I have music that I'm sitting on an album right now, but because I don't have enough funds to promote it, to create the visuals, to hire the staff that it would take to really get it out into the world like it would need to be, I am stifled by that. So that's one of the reasons I would go back to the show, but I think that's such a lame reason, because
But that money will help.
It would help, of course.
And you, you've matured a lot since the last time you were on there.
Sure, and so that would be, another one of the reasons why, of course, is to show people how I've grown. But, if there's anything I've learned from TV, as we've seen on So You Think You Can Dance and what they're currently showing or not showing, no matter what happens, it's not really, a guarantee that you're going to show how much you've matured. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the editing, you can't really fuck with the editing department.
They have their job, and they're going to create the best TV that they can. So I just know that. And so that's one of the reasons why I've always gone back and forth about, do I want to do it? Because you risk going in and potentially ruining everything that I've rebuilt for myself over the last 5 years.
Just because of editing.
Well,
damn,
I'm
know
not saying
it
just
happens
because of editing. I'm just saying.
That's why this is live, unedited.
That's right.
Here, making it happen.
I like that. But yeah, no. So I think I want to be able to go back because I view it as a gift. Because it is a gift to go on that show, to get your brand out there to a lot of wider audience. That's a gift, and I just want to be in that mindset of being able to go on, have fun, not overthink things, and be able to be myself. And I just think right now, I'm not ready, I'm not ready right now. So we'll see what happens next year. All Stars 5 will be coming out soon. I'm excited. There's a lot of tea online on Reddit that's floating around the internet, so I can't wait to find out if it's true or not, because I'm a super fan of the show, so I stay up on all the latest gossip.
Yeah, I see you be doing a lot of appearances and little meet and greets during shows, and going and doing a lot of shows around the country.
Yeah, I'm really lucky. I get to travel the world doing my female impersonation. So yeah, I can't wait. It looks like I'm heading to Dublin in August.
What?
For this really cool festival, and then I'm going to be headed to London after that, doing some Laganja's dance school. So big things are coming up for sure.
Team Too Much?
Team Too Much is Gia Gunn and I. That's right.
Team Too Much. What's too much?
When
you guys are together,
we're just too much when we're together. We're both so extra. So when you put us together, it's like, oh Lord.
So I follow your social media at Laganja Estranja on all platforms, and I recently saw you were it looked like you were doing a music video in the middle of the street with like blue headphones on. You were out just like doing dance moves. I think it was like a silent.
Oh, it was a silent disco.
What?
Yeah, so fun.
You were extra on the dancing with no music.
I was litty.
Like legs were above the head and dropping on the floor.
On the concrete. Yeah, it's this really cool thing called What the Flow here in Los Angeles. It happens once a month. And yeah, it's a silent disco where you walk around the city in different parts. This last time was at Santa Monica. And yeah, you've got earphones on, you hear the music, everybody's dancing, but you obviously don't really cause any noise or ruckus, so people, let you do whatever.
It's
so
just silent.
It was really fun. I love it. It was my second time doing it.
What?
Shout out to What the Flow. I love you guys.
It looked crazy. Do you know what today is?
It's time to dab. I was waiting for you to say that. It is, and you know what? I did never know what 710 was until yesterday or the day before when you taught me.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
What?
I'm so lame.
So like, the whole 710 thing. People always wonder like, what is 710? Like, why 710? Like, people always wonder why 420. What the fuck is 420?
Well, what is 420? Because I've always heard two different things.
What did you hear?
The cops number for when they call us. or I don't know what the
Well,
other one is. That's really the only one
I
I
mean,
know.
supposedly it's those guys that met up at 420 every day and started smoking at 420 on the rooftop of after some school, some NorCal City, whatever. It's just like some
Who are
story.
these guys?
Guys that just
They
guys
didn't do anything to help
just
us.
guys that were in the culture. They were just spreading the word, just like how 710 started. Just some guys started saying 710, and it just spread
But
throughout the
710
community.
means something, like you said. When you turn it upside down, it says oil.
Anything means something once you make it happen. The 420 was the time that they met up to smoke weed all the time, and that just turned like, oh, we're gonna meet at 420. And it becomes a big thing. Look at the secret sesh. It started with like 10 people. Now we have thousands of people that show up to the secret sesh. You start somewhere and it just spreads.
Yeah.
If you do good marketing or people, you create something people want to be at. I mean, you tell me, how did 420 start? I mean, that's what I heard, is that it's like in Watsonville or some shit. I don't fucking know. I don't remember. My memory's not the best, Jay.
Well, I think we should dab it out.
Okay, so 710 started because, we started this whole new culture evolved out of smoking weed into concentrates, where they would extract the main chemical compound out of cannabis, which is a THC, and put it in a form where you take out all the sugars and lipids and chlorophyll and everything else. And it's like, I started dabbing regularly like in 2009, 10, when there wasn't really much technology. They were blasting out of PVC pipes, and they were going right into Pyrex dishes over like a flame, stupid shit, letting it purge. If you thought it purged enough, you start dabbing it on a red hot nail. And
I remember Red Hot.
we would be doing gram globs, but I believe there was a chat between two, pioneers in the cannabis industry. Task Rock, who was creator of the highly educated nail, started the titanium nails and then transferred into the quartz era and still creates nails. And I think it was Chris from G Pen, I think, was in there. I don't remember. I think Dan, I don't remember, but I know Task Rock was a big part of it, and they were thinking about what we could create, what number to represent. And of course, if you had a pager back in the day, or you played calculator games, you would type in shit, turn it upside down, and it would spell stuff like boobless or asshole, or right? You've done that.
Absolutely.
That 800873555. Damn, I think that's it too.
Is it really?
I don't know. But so if you take 710 and turn it upside down, it spells oil, and that's what we call this, is cannabis oil. And here's a rig.
And 710, are we in the 7th month on the 10th day?
Yeah, it's July 10th today.
That's not the 7th month.
January, February, March, April, May, June, July.
What?
10.
Oh, wait, we have 12 months. I am stoned.
How
We're halfway. I'm so high. We have.
How are you? So on my Instagram today, I posted like a couple different types of cannabis. There's oil that I've had experience throughout the years, and it's there's been some really dark oil that I've smoked that were fireworks every time I hit it, because I was doing a red hot nail, because we didn't really know how to smoke it. Just like, oh, let's go, just hit it, and you'd get really high because you're just combusting the oil and not really vaporizing it. And then being in the culture, you used to have a nail and put a dome on it. Do you remember that?
I do.
And then my boy Jay, it's crazy, Jay Cures came on my podcast and showed me the induction, how you would cover it, like wait till it cools down, put the dab in there, and then we would thumb the dome and regenerate the heat,
Right.
and then hit it, and you would really get the terps, which started revolutionizing into the domeless nail. And then people started realizing that you just wait till it cools down, and then now they're carb capping it instead of domeless nailing. And the shit has gone crazy with the oil, from being black slabs to now having these closed loop machines that anyone can do it. Like, used to be so hard to get oil, it used to be so expensive. Now you can go to like any store and get it. People have it all across the country. It's so crazy how just at first I was like, fuck that, you look like a crackhead, I ain't smoking that. You have a torch, what are you putting it on? Like, they didn't care, they didn't want to touch it. Now everyone is like coming in on it, trying to create their own shit, being vultures in this culture, and not realizing who was out here just paving the way and doing it when everyone was scared.
Taking the sparks.
What? It's like that in every culture, though. I'm sure the drag culture has the same shit. I'm sure there was, some pioneers that kind of
course.
were doing it and made it kind of more popular to mainstream. Of
Yeah.
course, RuPaul's one of them. She had a
Well,
single
of
with
course,
Elton
RuPaul's
John.
the most famous one.
Yes, I think that Elton John collab kind of put her there, right?
Did it?
I mean, that's how I remember RuPaul. Didn't she do a song with Elton John?
I'm sure she has.
I
but
think that was like the first.
that's not how I knew she became famous.
How did she?
By like all her movies that she was in, and she had like all these cameos in very popular movies, like "But I'm Not a Cheerleader" and "To Wong Fu," and then she had a talk show, so she was very popular on that with MTV, and then after that she did the music, and then she was the eyewear model, and I mean, yeah, so her fame has been long.
Yeah, she does a
going.
lot.
But like you said, there was a lot of queens before her who came before her who paved the way. Of course, one of my favorites is Divine. Divine did a lot of work with John Waters. If you've ever seen the film Pink Flamingos, there's a famous scene where she eats a piece of dog shit.
What?
It's crazy. And then there's other legends in the community, of course, that have not been on Drag Race, but that have, like you said, paved the way. Lady Bunny, Coco Peru, Hedda Lettuce. So, like you said, I think with every industry there are people who have paved the way who may not get the recognition that they deserve. And it's important to remind people of the history so that we can also improve and learn from them.
Yes.
I'm so excited to try this.
You want to try the dab tab?
Dab tab.
I got the dab tabs here. It's a ceramic tab that's dosed, so it's properly, every dose is the same. So what it does is once it hits the heat, it's porous, so it kind of opens up, and then the oil comes out. It's pre-soaked with the gilt extracts. So what you're gonna do is drop it on in like 5 seconds, and then just carb cap, and then just wait 5 seconds, and then we'll carb cap it, and we'll make it happen. Yeah, you want to go now? We can go now.
You said
Yeah,
5 seconds.
Go now. It's fine. Just wait, because it's gotta heat up a little bit. Because it's ceramic, and then once it starts smoking, you'll hit it. Hold on, it's heating up a little bit.
I see
You
it.
You see it heating up, that bubble?
I see it.
What? Here, we can do this too. Watch. Here, Jay's taking a dab right now. Whoa, big flame. Oh, don't hit it. Don't hit it real quick. Let me. All right. Well, the dab tab is 0.05 every time, 50 milligrams. So it's ready to go. All you got to do is just put it in there, and you're ready to dab.
It tastes good.
Yeah.
Did I not kick it?
Huh?
I didn't kick it?
Well, you're good.
Dab tab. Crazy.
Well, I should probably take a dab too. And look, you don't really need to like clean it with a Q-tip or anything. It's just,
That's nice.
What? And then
It's very tasty.
you can
and I
also
feel
cold
nice
start
and
it
high.
too. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool, like
Happy
for
710.
traveling. Yeah, it's cool. So this is crazy how the evolution of dabbing has started. Like I said, it started from like black slabs. People were dabbing crude, not really known, filling up their vape pens with it. And then now it's like refined. We got closed loop systems. Now everything has to get like tested so you know if it's clean or not. And now they have it in these to-go tabs, take anywhere. And they're easy to handle. They're dry. You can just pass them to people like, here, take this. Just don't eat it. And just put it on your hot nail when you're ready. And you can just smoke it. The dab tabs. It's just, I know, it's just like new shit. And then like, I do got like a jar of fucking diamonds. And then
And a box.
I got a box of dabs right
A
here of
box.
all
A
different,
literal box.
all different types of just fucking dabs. Like here, look. Let me just pour them right
He
here.
got the south.
You can hear it right here.
Hey.
So I don't know if you heard that, but I dumped it out on the YouTube. I hope, did they see it? I don't know if I dumped it in the right location, but
I don't know.
hopefully they saw it. I don't know.
Nah.
But I have a bunch of dabs, and there's like a whole bunch of different shit in here. There's like diamonds and sauce and BHO and rosin and fucking.
Let's do another.
You want to do what do you feel like?
Well, you need to do one first because you haven't done one.
Right here, I'll do a dab tab. I'll cold start it.
Dab tab and cold start it. What's that mean?
So like you just put it on first, and then you heat the nail, and then when it starts melting or bubbling, that's when you just carb cap it and hit it. So you don't have to heat it and then cool it down and wait for it. See, so I'll just wait like 5. Like I'll just wait a couple seconds. I might have went too hot.
And so the ceramic isn't bad for you?
People smoke off ceramic nails. Ceramic is just used
It's
for a
like
lot of
terracotta.
things.
I think of like ceramic pots when I think ceramic.
You can put it in your pot when you're done with it, and it acts. So it because it acts like a perlite, so you could just like put the soil on it. It absorbs water.
What, these little things?
Yeah, people use it for filters too, to filter water and stuff.
Reuse,
and it
reduce,
absorbs water.
recycle.
What? But you know, everyone has a preference. These are just really cool to have. It's just
I like
new
it.
shit.
Super easy.
I'm always into smoking that new shit and trying to see like where the innovations are at.
I like that.
What's good? What's new and exciting in the drag world? Is there anything that's just been like? Because I know like the makeup.
No.
So like because when you did me pause when you made me over
Yep.
into Elizabeth Hayes,
Ooh.
like I felt like my eyes were so heavy and it wasn't from being high.
Right.
It
It
was
was
'cause
from the eyelashes.
I had like 4 layers on.
Yeah.
You put like
Do we glue your eyebrows too?
you did glue my eyebrows.
Yeah.
And
So you felt all kinds of crazy.
and you did a lot to my face that wasn't really done before as far as
a lot to your face.
just as far as like makeup and foundation. Because when I was watching RuPaul Drag Race, right, like they have that time where they're in the mirror getting ready,
Yeah,
and I feel like they use a lot of makeup.
we do.
Cause it's like paint almost. Like just like I'm gonna put a big blap right here and a splat right here and a little whoop right here, and then I'm just gonna go
Blend it, yeah.
and then bam, I'm fabulous.
That's right. See, you're learning. I'm so proud.
It's just so crazy to see how these dudes just do this little.
It's a transformation, totally.
How long did it take you to start? Because I know there's, now in 2019, there's probably a lot of people watching it. A lot of people are really comfortable doing what they do. I see a lot of dudes who got a lot of YouTube subscribers, and because they apply makeup, and ladies are like, how the fuck does he do it?
Right.
So how is it that you started? And if you have any advice for anyone out there that's trying to get into it, like. Sure.
Well, I mean, I just kind of fell into drag naturally. I was always a feminine guy. It was something I didn't really think that I would do, but, in college, I just started exploring it at Halloween, of course. I think that's how a lot of drag queens start, at Halloween, because it's the one time where you can dress up like a female and it's, like, acceptable, So I
dressed up as a girl a couple years for Halloween.
See?
What?
It's acceptable. So I think I did Elvira my first year because I was like, well, it's a spooky girl, so it'll be fine. And I just loved it. I caught the bug. And so, yeah, I just kind of fell into it. It was never the plan. I always wanted to be, a choreographer. But I always say drag chose me. I did not choose drag. And I just went with it because I do love it. And it is such a really amazing art form because I have learned makeup. I have learned how to do hair. I have learned how to style. I have learned how to put on a presentation, do a stand-up routine. I mean, all these things I would have never learned had I just stayed in the lane of choreographer or dancer. So I'm thankful that it has broadened my skills as an artist, and the older I get, the more I'm, looking to expand those skills in particular.
Is that an advantage you might have too if you do the All-Stars on RuPaul's Drag Race? Because you are a dancer choreographer, and I know they have those crazy ass routines that they got to do.
They have been getting more and more challenges that do incorporate the physical form of expression. So I think, yes, I would slay that challenge.
And do they allow, because your name is Laganja Estranja,
right.
Where do you guys film? Is it filmed in California?
It is filmed in California.
Do you know where I'm going with this?
I do know where you're going with this.
Is there cannabis consumption allowed near
I do not believe, technically, no. I have heard through the rumor mill over the last couple of years they have allowed girls to have vape pens, but I do not think that it is a spoken rule. I'm pretty sure that they would still tell me that I was not allowed to bring cannabis.
But when you were on, it was a couple years ago. Things have changed.
Well, more than a couple.
How many? What was it?
I filmed in 2013.
2013?
That's when I filmed.
That's 6 years ago.
I know. It premiered.
Does it feel like a long time ago?
It does.
It's kind of like
I was 23.
What? Oh, a young Jay.
24.
What?
Yeah.
So that's how it feels like, because you're in the that industry, and me being in the cannabis space. It feels like 1 year is like 10 years. The way shit is just changing and evolutionizing. Like, it's just evolutionizing. I did say that.
It's true.
It's just crazy how things just happen so quick. like a new industry, and it's just like rapid pace, and the shit you used to do 2 years ago is totally irrelevant to what's going on right now.
Yeah, but also sometimes super relevant. Remember how we were talking about how now like videos that you did forever ago, now people are doing them and trying to make them a thing. So it's funny how history, has this weird ebb and flow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it repeats itself.
Uh-huh.
So I have a couple questions from some
Okay.
people, if you want to go through some of them. This one from Jay Noah asked the top 3 people you would want to smoke with, dead or alive.
Missy Elliott,
Also, fucking love you both.
Meryl
Love you
Streep.
too. Missy, Meryl,
Oof, and
dead or alive.
I know one more, but those first two I just know like that.
Missy Elliott.
And Meryl Streep. The third one, let me see. Is there a fella I'd want to smoke with? Snoop Dogg.
What? You haven't smoked with Snoop yet?
No.
What? Who have you smoked with? Have you smoked with Miley Cyrus? Because I know you did a couple.
Have.
You did you choreographed her whole set.
I sure did for the VMAs. That was amazing.
What year was that?
15?
See, I felt like a long time
16?
ago, huh?
Yeah.
See, and that was only a couple years ago.
Seems forever ago.
That's crazy. How was it working with Miley? This is when she was like super pothead, right?
It was, and then she went through her sobriety phase just like I did, and now she's smoking weed again, so yay. I never stopped smoking weed, though, for the record. I would never do that. But yeah, no, it was amazing. She was so cool, so inspiring as an artist. I loved working with her. She allowed me to write about her for V Magazine, which was a really big deal. So she really, was very inclusive of drag queens. She invited 30 other girls to join us on the, award show. So it was amazing, really, truly.
Is there anyone else you smoked with that you're like, holy shit, I'm getting high with? Adam Hill. No, I'm just playing.
Sure,
No, I'm just
of
playing.
course. I love getting high with my friends. Those are my favorite people to get high with, So, yeah. But no, I feel like those people are still out there. There's
We're
a
out
bucket
here, yeah.
list.
I still haven't smoked with Miley. I figure I'm gonna smoke with her one day.
Yeah?
I'll have her on the seat. We'll be talking a little bit.
Okay, I'm
So,
gonna work on that.
I put it out there a little
That's
while
right,
ago.
you gotta put it out there.
But then she stopped, and I was like, all right, cool. Now she's back. So I'm like, whatever. We'll make it happen.
Exactly.
We all stop sometimes.
Do we?
Take a little break. Everyone's taking a little
I only
break.
have force breaks.
Oh, I brought you some drinks.
Yay!
I brought you some drinks.
I want drinks. Cannabis drinks?
Yeah, I brought you some. I don't know where the bag is. It's somewhere, but I did.
Ooh.
Is it in here?
This is my fairy hot mother.
Hey, oh yeah, here.
What? I'm
There you
gonna have
go.
one right now. Oh, cherry limeade.
They're
fruit
not
punch,
cold.
Half and half.
Well, I brought you a couple. I remember last time was
100 milligrams each.
100. Last time you asked me to bring you some drinks, and I was like, "Fuck, I don't have drinks," but I knew I had some at home, so I was like, "Let me hook Laganja up real quick."
Cherry limeade, man.
All right, another question.
Okay.
Another question. Do you believe that since the weed tube is now finally up and running, that the LGBTGIA plus will be more involved in the website app? We need more role models in the community that show love for all, especially show love for cannabis.
Wow, I love this question.
This is from I swear I'll ease your pain.
All right, I swear. Well, first off, shout out to the Weed Tube.
What?
That's right. If you don't know what the Weed Tube is, you better download the app right now. It's an amazing space for cannabis creators to get paid for their content. So, to answer your question about the LGBTQ involvement, I mean, the website and app was created by someone who is LGBTQ, and that's Aaron.
Shout out to Aaron.
That's right, the gay stoner. So, there is already a huge involvement with the LGBTQ community. So maybe your question is, will we see more people like myself, like Aaron, coming forward, representing both the cannabis community and the LGBTQ space? And yes, I do believe that is around the corner. I do believe more and more people, like I said, are coming out of the closet, both for their sexuality and for being in the green closet. So hopefully, yeah, to answer your question, hopefully, yes, more. We want more on the Weed Tube. Join us.
What color closet is the gay stoner coming out of? Is it like when he walks out of the closet, it's like a super fabulous closet, or is it gonna be just like a
Well,
regular?
each stoner is different, my love. It's like every stone you turn over, you never know what's underneath. But my closet was fabulous, honey, glittery.
Yo, I did check out your real closet, and it is overwhelmingly crazy. You have a lot of merchandise, a lot not merchandise, a lot of like accessories,
Everything.
like earrings and hair clips and ties and bows and
Hats and
links and chains and hats and
scarves
shoes and
bras
dresses.
undergarments.
Yo,
and,
it's
yeah,
crazy.
It's wild.
What? All right. How do you? This is from 420 Doll. How do you feel about the cannabis industry being hyper masculine and not so accepting, supporting of the LGBTQIA community? I gotta start getting used to LGBTQIA plus.
LGBTQAI plus.
Okay. Well, I'm just
I
reading.
know. See, everyone says it differently. Okay, now I forgot the question. What?
Uh,
How do I feel about what?
How do you feel about the cannabis industry being hyper masculine and not
Oh,
so
right.
accepting?
Well, I feel about it hyper masculinity across the board. I don't think it's just these industries. I think it's across the board. Hyper masculinity is toxic. Hyper femininity is toxic. Anything that's hyper and that it's overexposed, it doesn't work. You have to have a yin and a yang. So I think there's nothing wrong with masculinity. I love masculinity, and in fact, I want my partner to be much more masculine than I am. I think masculinity is great, but I think it has to come with a filter and a flow, and it can't just be over the top and toxic and dumb. So, well, the question was, how do I feel about it in the industry? It sucks. I want it to go away. I want people to become educated and realize I'm cool, and I'm not gonna try to suck their dick.
What?
No.
It is crazy because I have seen a couple brands actually work with do some stuff during Pride Month in June. Last month they were actually, like you said, they were at the parade. They were doing some specials. I know they did some collabs with a couple people and had like special packaging. So it's happening.
It's happening.
It's happening.
But you know what happened?
Sex still sells, and I'm sure people. I mean, look at every industry out there. Every fucking media company, they have women that promote items, and then they have dudes that promote items, and then you have kids that promote items, and you have old people that promote items. I mean, there's
a demographic for everybody.
Bam.
For everybody.
Bam.
So that's why we should be inclusive of all and create lots of content. I think brands should branch out. I mean, all these ads that I see downtown of just these hot women with the weed, it's like, why not put a dude? Why not put two dudes? What would happen? Well, I'll tell you what, gay people will go out and buy your product and support you. So, I just keep pushing for a more open environment across the board, And there it is.
Out here, just expanding. Make it happen. All right, Adam, how are you so big and small at the same time? This is from A Wolf. How am I so big? I don't know what that means.
I don't either. Is that an oxymoron?
How am I so big? Big as in what? Like
jumbo
shrimp? Big like fat or husky, or big as in like clout, or big as in like fat? Like what are you talking about? And small? I don't know. Elaborate, please. Let's see what this is from the YouTube live. Tell us, Adam. You should be 10 times bigger after your 2 Chainz interview. Shaking my head. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did a video with 2 Chainz a couple years ago.
Well, we agree.
And it was a cool segment, but we do a lot of content, and sometimes accounts get deleted, and you start over, and some of the things that you had before just are gone. You have to rebuild, and it just happens. But if you got some advice, A Wolf, hit me up. You want to work with me, dog? What can you do better?
Dang, it's getting shady up in here.
No, it's just I'm just asking. I'm interacting. I'm sorry. You guys realize those mics are 2 inches from your mouth. So let me tell you something, A Wolf. These microphones aren't for YouTube. It's for the podcast that's going on that you can hear on iTunes and Spotify. I'm just doing a new thing right now with the YouTube, live streaming the podcast. So anyone listening on the podcast, I am live streaming the YouTube, so you can watch this later on the YouTube at Getting High With. There's a bunch of videos and content up there. I have a bunch of videos with Mr. J. Jackson.
We're very attractive. You'll definitely want to go and see the live.
I think we did a day in the life together where I went with you to the Doug Benson show, and we hung out with Doug Benson and got high, and then we went back and transformed. And then you did, I have a pilot episode with you and Jenna Sativa.
Hey.
Where it was like a Getting High With set. We spoke about a couple things. Jenna Sativa revealed some secrets. You spoke about some exclusive items. You can always check those out. I have a couple playlist videos. So check those out. Then come back to me, A Wolf. Let me know. I see you retracting your messages. It's okay, bro. It's 7:10. Get high. I got nothing but love for you. I appreciate your advice. This is what I'm talking about. You see how everyone just gets negative? They're not like, hey, Adam, I see you doing new
Keyboard
shit.
courage.
Yeah, instead of like being motivated and inspired to do better and encourage other people, they just get mad and like, fuck you, bro. You're lame. You don't even inhale, G.
No.
Do you ever get that?
But I don't even inhale. No,
You don't
I
even-
don't get that. Thank God.
You don't even inhale.
No.
I don't. I tell them, yeah, you're right. I just breathe. And
Yeah.
if you don't understand what that means, look it up in the dictionary because breathing means inhaling. So lick a
Can
dick.
you keep up, baby boy? Maybe
What?
lose my breath.
Laganja Estranja at Laganja Estranja on all platforms. It's thank you for chilling out with me. This is my first, like I said to the people in the live chat and listening. This is
I
the
love
first
it.
time.
Guinea pig right here.
Yeah, we good. Not the guinea pig. This is the premiere. And look, the video. How's the video been? It looks like it's good. I got the microphone right here.
We looking fly.
Y'all can listen to this later. Got some exclusive news from Laganja Estranja. Let me make sure I got all these questions answered.
I
'cause
know
don't
one thing
want-
we didn't talk about.
What's that?
My new edible.
What? What's that? What's that?
That's right. So I actually collabed with Fruit Slabs this year. Now, for people who don't know Fruit Slabs, well, first you've been living under a rock because they've been everywhere. They're an all-natural, vegan, gluten-free, kosher edible. Hashtag not a gummy. So this is like a fruit leather like you would get at Whole Foods. So it's super awesome tasting. We're not camouflaging the cannabis with a bunch of sugar. We're just using natural flavors. And I partnered up with them for Pride Month. But what's really cool about our product is that because we believe you should be proud AF, hashtag proud AF, all the time, the flavor will be year round. And every year I will be partnering with them to change the flavor for Pride season. So
What?
this year we went with a mango and passion fruit base
Ooh, tropical.
with a lemon lime twist. So it's perfect for the summer. It's super refreshing.
Island.
So I'm super excited. I'm actually launching them this Saturday in San Diego at Greenhouse. We'll be there passing out some free samples. So come and say hi if you're in San Diego.
You know, I will. I'll try to pull up. I still need to pull up to some of your shows and shit.
Yeah.
And I'm still learning how to do this because I know eventually I'll be able to have different camera angles that I could clip to and drop clips
Ooh.
that I could play during the show and overlay them and stuff. But
You gotta start somewhere.
we're gonna make it happen. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So I appreciate all y'all that have been listening right now, wherever you're at. I appreciate it. All y'all watching on YouTube, I appreciate it. I'm gonna save this on the YouTube, so if you want to watch anything going on, you can go back and see what we're talking about when we're smoking the dab tabs.
What?
All the fucking dabs I had right here. I know we should take more dabs, but that hour went by super fast.
It happens.
It's already an hour. That's
Dang.
crazy.
Time flies when you're getting high.
Follow Laganja Estranja. Let her know how you feel. It's been great. I see a lot of love in the chat room. The only person that was mad was about me not being more popular than I am. And I guess it's a weird insult, but I appreciate you. He's like, why aren't you bigger, dog? I thought with all your connections you'd be big. Sorry, bro. You know, I'm just doing my shit. I don't rely on other people. I just try to do it. That's why I'm here doing this.
That's right.
What?
Grassroots.
Look, I started podcasting in 2009, took a little pause. Now I'm coming back to it, make it happen. We can get bigger. I'm so big and small at the same time, like homie said. So, you know, I'm just living up to all your guys' expectations. Appreciate you, Laganja Estranja. I want to
Thank
bring
you
you
so
back.
much. Check out my YouTube. Go watch my music videos. Check out Ganja's Grooves. Check out my dance videos. Trust me, I got videos for days on YouTube as well. You
Plug
wanna
it.
Check it out.
Plug it. Laganja, spell it. Laganja.
Estranja.
What? Y'all got that? You remember it? I wrote it in the comment section too, right here, so you guys can see it. Laganja Estranja, it's been an honor. I appreciate you.
I love you.
I'm glad we got this friendship going after that first interview. I love everything that you're fucking been always hospitable, and you're always great and ready
You're
to
the
go.
best. I love you, Adam.
Follow her. Yes, appreciate y'all. Bye. Oh, and you already know it's Adam Mill right here, Mr. High. So follow me at Get High everywhere on Instagram and Getting High with everywhere else. GettingHighWith.com. I'll do a new website. Appreciate all you guys.